Hi sports fans, here we are again. I've been getting a lot of questions when I was starting about the streets, friends, colleagues, about e-cigarettes basically, or e-liquids and vaping in general. And they all come to me and ask me basically, what do I recommend? So when deciding you're going to switch from analog cigarettes or normal cigarettes, moving over to using a liquid or electronic form, you've got a couple of decisions to make, basically what you plan on doing. Are we looking just to cut down on tar, nicotine, that kind of stuff, or are we looking to stop smoking completely? Are we looking to get into vaping as a hobby, as daft as that sounds? Obviously, if you move on to nicotine-free liquids, there's not, provided by quality gear, not too much of a problem really doing it, especially if you drink and all the other stuff you probably do anyway, so I won't worry too much about that. So, I've done some reviews on some stuff we're going to show you now, but I'll just show you some. So this is a new product called Vipe. What this is an e-cigarette you can buy from the shop. So rather than buying a 20 pack or a 10 pack, you would buy this. These are priced at £6. You can pick them up from any tobacconist. This is made by a company called BAT or BAT. That's British American Tobacco. They make a lot of the cigarettes as you buy. So this would be good for somebody who wants to reduce tar and nicotine, because it's just an e-cigarette. You buy it from the shop, you can use it, and away you go, and just puff it. There's a menthol one, hence where the white tip is. And it's good. What we don't like about this particular one, and this is the same on some other models, is the end bit. Because it does look like you're smoking. So if you're in a nightclub or somewhere where you shouldn't be smoking, because obviously vaping isn't smoke, by the way, people may confuse you for smoking and say, excuse me, you can't smoke like that. So that's the only downside. There's a couple in the market, there's one called Blue also, there's various ones. So basically you puff it, then we bin it. And that's the first one, disposable one. Now if you're looking to actually reduce how much you spend on cigarettes, they do another one which looks very similar. There's various brands, and basically how this works, just as how all these system works. In this part here, there's a battery. This is how it's powered. In this part here, we have a clearomizer or atomizer, depending on what's an atomizer to be exact, or cartomizer. Getting confusing now. A clearomizer is like that. It's clear, you can see the liquid. The process inside the atomizer. If this would unscrew into a cartridge form, that's a cartomizer. So some of the selling town centres are similar to this, but you can unscrew the end bit and simply get some more nicotine to replace that. Then generally they come in normal kind of cigarette flavours rather than all sorts of flavours and whatnot. But that's so one option. So let's pretend this isn't a Vipe. Oh no, it's quite nice actually. And it was a cartomizer cigarette. Like I say, this bit unscrews. This will plug into a USB or any kind of USB powered device, and that's how you charge it. Then you replace the tips with the new ones which you can buy from the shop. So that would be a good idea if you wanted to carry on smoking as smoking goes, like so. Just so you know, so you can see how nice this is. I don't ever smoke that much. This is really tasty. And it's dead light, dead easy on you. So you just unscrew that and you buy new ones. So that using a disposable cartomizer cigarette, which you can get from town centres, they're great if you want to keep the whole cigarette sensation. But these are quite expensive. Although you will save money compared to smoking, it is an expensive way to do it. So if you wanted to go further than that onto a more of a money saving way, you would get yourself a setup similar to this. This is a e-cigarette battery. This is an Ego CE4 to be exact. There's lots of different makes, names. They all kind of have this style. This is an Ego thread, and you get a little thing like that. So although this looks a world beyond than what I've just showed you, exactly the same. What I will point out though, which I should have mentioned, this is an auto draw cigarette. So you just draw on it as you would if you were smoking. What you tend to find is, especially when you move into stuff like this, they are button operated, so then you have to decide how much of the actual puff you want. So you put your lips, press the button, so go. Yeah. Make sure you got liquid in. Much bigger here, and you can puff along to your heart's content. You need to buy yourself some E-liquid. Looks a bit like this, and that's how you fill it. That's how you go on. These, no, this even will work. What I'm talking about. This is approximately the equivalent to 200 cigarettes. They come in all different tastes, flavours, sensations, and they're cheap. They're about £3, between £2 and £5, depending on which flavour, which strength, which quality you want. Just because you buy one, in this case banana cream, doesn't mean the next one's going to taste the same. So if you've got like another banana cream by Decang, which is a dearer make, doesn't mean they'll taste the same. So you need to really try. If you go to a vapor shop, they'll let you try it. So, but once again, works on the same principle. So this is your battery, just like that would be your battery. Your top bit's got your juice in, that's got your juice in, and you puff on the end. So although it looks completely different, it's not, it's just the same. And there's liquid inside. You unscrew the lid, and that's how you fill it up. There you go. This is quite nice. I've got a Marlboro Light menthol flavour running through this. And it's good. That's enough there. So this setup, you're looking at approximately £10 to £15, depending on. These come in different sizes. These obviously come in different sizes also. This is your battery. The bigger your battery, the better your life. They all pump out between 3.4 to 3.7 volts. Not that will mean anything to anybody at this stage in your smoking career. And the tanks come in different sizes. You can get tricky ones like this, and there you go. But these ones are disposable, so you use them, you can refill them up, but eventually the bits inside, which look like this, stop to work. You can buy rebuildable ones, but this is what I'm saying, it depends how much you want to get into smoking. So this Ego basic setup is good if you want to carry on smoking at a cheaper level and try different flavours. You can also reduce your nicotine as you go on, so that can help. You can rebuild if you get a better cartomizer, or not cartomizer, what am I thinking of now? Clearomizer. This is an atomizer, I think so. And that's a clearomizer, it's clear, you can see how much liquid's going on. So you can buy dear ones of these, which you can replace this coil which is inside there, and that'll work out even cheaper. But it's not rocket science, let's put it that way. But if you used to just go to buy a packet of cigarettes, I dare say a lot of this you probably don't want to get involved in unless you want to take it further, which carries on from what I'm saying. That's a nice little setup there. You can get loads of different flavours. I've got loads and loads here. Cherry, that's on a 0 nicotine. Cinnamon, that's on 12 nicotine. I've got quite a lot of zeros, they're quite nice for night time. Menthol, 18, up to some big ones. Midnight Mist, 24. And about 30 flavours in my collection, and growing, because I've taken it yet another step further, and you get onto things like this. This is a variable voltage battery. Once again though, the principle isn't changing whatsoever. I'm simply running just a dearer setup. So I have on here a Kanga Pro tank. The tank's better for me than the Ego setup because A, I can refill it, it holds more, so that lasts you a bit longer, and B, the Pro tank's quite good because you can break it down and clean it out. Now whereas you would throw the other one away, you probably wouldn't want to throw this one away because these are about £20, but you can take it all to pieces, all them screws, and you can clean it out. The do other tanks, Kanga ones are particularly good. That's the Pro Tank one. Have a nice drawer. What's a candy floss? Have a nice drawer, even when they're not plugged in. This one doesn't break down quite as good, but it's strong, hard lasting. Once again, these have a thing in the middle which makes the juice happen. You carry spares. It's inside that little thing. I try not to touch it for the obvious reasons. They're about £2.50. So this is something you would rebuild, look after, protect. As for battery wise, this is a variable voltage battery, but they're all the same. If I'm honest with you, they're all the same in one principle. You plug it in, be it whatever tank you got, and you smoke. It's that simple. There's no difference there really. With a variable voltage system, you're looking for somebody who's looking to get into vaping at a higher level, i.e. you might want to smoke more or vape more as they have a bigger battery. This particular one goes huge, and you can have a couple of batteries in there, a bit like a lightsaber, which will last you a long time. And also on this one, as I say, it's a variable voltage one, which breaks down and cleans, so it's more work for you to do, but you pay about £80 for something similar to this. You can probably get a cheaper shop around, but you need the kit, you need to buy batteries to go inside it, you need a charger, so this one it gets quite a complex system. But the rewards, if you're looking to get into vaping, are a lot better. Just like food, you cook certain food at a certain temperature and you cook a different food at a different temperature. All these liquids do all different makes, they've got different bits inside them. Some seem to work better at different temperatures, some don't. With this you've got the option to toggle through to the exact temperature or the exact voltage you want to power through the coil, and it cooks it or vapes it to a better level so you'd enjoy it more. But that's for somebody who wants to take up vaping or obviously wants to smoke a lot. You could just buy more batteries for the other ones, but they're nice. That's what I've got in my kit. I enjoy vaping a lot. I find it nice, relaxing. You can replace eating, not full stop, don't worry, but snacking, that kind of stuff. Just the stuff that smoking can do for you. You know, there's a lot of bad press about smoking for the obvious reasons. Cancer, lungs, all the other horrible things it does for you. Whereas an e-cigarette, you pick zero nicotine. I've got loads of flavours in zero nicotine. You can have a right good blast at night, puff, 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 away you go. You really enjoy yourself, but you haven't got all the problems of the chemicals and whatnot. So it can really help with smoking, drinking, relaxing. Like I say, it's like all the positives of smoking with very few of the negatives, and depending on what liquid you're in, what quality, zero really, because you can just inhale with an e-cigarette, get the flavour in your mouth where your tongue is, exhale, zero nicotine, and you'll be absolutely fine. As such, they'll be dying on me now with that system. That's great. So that's my little rough insight to where you're going to go. So if you're looking to replace cigarettes were a safer option, but you don't want any hassle whatsoever. Instant ones, that's the way to go. You can smoke, you can have the joys of smoking with less negative effects of smoking, but still at a price. Then you've got the options to get the ones with that you plug in and recharge, unscrews into a USB charger. That's how the other one works, by the way. You just unscrew it, a little adapter plugs into USB socket. You can get a 3-pin adapter for that as well, and you can recharge it. So that's another way of saving money, still enjoying your hobby.